Richard Allen was back in court today for a status hearing in the Delphi murders case. He is the man accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German. And the big discussion today, what will a jury be allowed to hear about the case at the trial? Our Emily Longnecker was in Delphi today with what happened at today's court hearing. Emily?
Well, whatever happened today in that status hearing with Judge Francis Gall, the media and public were not privy to it. The scheduled public portion of today's hearing never happened. So whatever was decided or discussed happened behind closed doors. What we do know is that both sides filed new motions. The prosecution filed 2 motions to try and prevent the defense from deposing a handful of people, including former Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby, who was sheriff at the time of the murders. The state says the defense deposed Lesenby last year and doesn't need to do it again. They also don't want the defense deposing the state's expert on Odinism and 2 other people the defense believes were involved with the murders instead of Allen. The defense believes the girls were murdered in a ritualistic sacrifice tied to the pagan religion Odinism that has ties to white supremacy. Judge Gall hasn't decided yet whether she'll allow the defense to tell a jury about that alternate theory or those alternate suspects. Until that happens, the state says deposing these other people isn't relevant to any issues in the case. The defense also filed 2 motions today connected to Richard Allen's psychologist who treated him while he's been held for more than a year at the Wabash Correctional Facility. Dr. Monica Walla testified earlier this month in pretrial hearings, admitting on the stand that before Allen's arrest and treating him, she'd been fascinated with the Delphi case. Walla admitted to researching the case while at work on Department of Corrections computers. Now the defense wants to see any records about Walla's employment to see if this is a pattern. They also want to know if the DOC has investigated Walla since her testimony last month. They want these records within 15 days instead of waiting the standard 30 days for them. The defense says they need to look at those records on Walla to see if they want to include those exhibits at the trial. So some new motions today while we wait on Judge Francis Gall to make a decision on some of those earlier motions, including whether she will allow the jury to hear alternate murder theories and alternate suspects, and also dozens of confessions the prosecution says that Richard Allen made during his time in prison behind bars. A lot to decide before that trial that is still set to start October 14th. In Carroll County, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.